Hey guys, and welcome back. Terminator here, bringing you another easiest platinum trophy video. Today I wanted to talk to you about the easiest and quickest PS4 platinums in 2016. So I've compiled a list of what I believe to be the 10 easiest platinum trophies obtainable on the PlayStation 4 using both PSN profiles and PlayStationTrophies.org. As always, if you don't want to watch the whole video, I've listed the games in the description below, as well as links to their respective trophy lists on PSN profiles. So first up on the list, coming in at number 10, is Orc Slayer. Orc Slayer is a game developed by indie developer Copley Solutions and is an incredibly easy platinum. Only taking a few hours to complete the entire game, you'll be spending most of the time slaying the many orcs that will bombard you with a crossbow. Unfortunately, the game is very repetitive and doesn't run particularly well on the PlayStation 4. Thankfully, this is a quick one, so you'll be done with it pretty quickly. And the other great thing about this title is it has a stacking trophy list, so you can obtain 2 platinums at once if you purchase the game on a separate PSN account. At number 9, we have 2 titles from Square Enix's mobile Go series, Hitman Go and Lara Croft Go. Now I know it's a bit cheeky to sneak them both in here together, but both games play very similar to one another, and they're both worth picking up because they're very easy platinums. These are both puzzle-solving games where you move your characters around a board similar to how you would in a traditional board game. Hitman Go has the added challenge of restricting you from using the hint option for a specific trophy, but thankfully there are some great guides online, so I'd suggest you use one of those to finish this title up. Lara Croft Go on the other hand is even easier, allowing you to use hint features as much as you like, but you need to collect all the collectibles on each level. Thankfully the levels aren't hard, they're relatively short, and you can always use level select if you miss anything along the way. As with Hitman Go, there are some pretty great guides out there, so I'd suggest you use one of those to finish this title up. Number 8 on the list is Virginia. I won't go into too much detail around this, as it's a pretty story-driven experience which tells its entire narrative with no dialogue. But with only 18 trophies, you'll be looking at around 4 hours to platinum this title, and the majority of that time will be spent playing the game a second time for the Dome trophy. The rest of the trophies are for collectibles or completing particular objectives on certain levels, making a lot of the trophies missable. I suggest using a guide to go through this game and clean up all the trophies you're missing on your second playthrough, and just enjoying the first time through the game. Number 7 on the list goes to Albedo Eyes from Outer Space. Albedo was a first-person puzzle game which was released on PlayStation 4 and Steam earlier this year. Again, unfortunately this game doesn't run particularly well on the PlayStation 4 with a controller or the hardware. However, your time with this game will be so short that it won't matter. I recommend using a guide straight away for the entirety of this game to speed up the process, and hopefully allowing you to finish the game in only a few hours. Thankfully the game is short, and if you do miss any trophies, it's very painless to go back and grab them. Number 6 on our list goes to a really unique experience called The Bunker. The Bunker is a live-action video game, which is a rarity in 2016. It has an interesting narrative to boot, and a playtime of around 2 hours. This is a game trophy hunters won't want to miss. I would suggest playing through the game and solving the puzzles the first time just to enjoy the story, and then going back with the guide in the second playthrough, but this isn't completely necessary. One other important thing to note is that this is not a horror title. A lot of people were confused when the game's trailer came out, thinking this was going to have a lot of scares, and it was going to be a scary title, but that's not the case, so if you're holding off on purchasing it because you're worried about that and the content of the game, you don't have to worry. Now coming into the top 5, number 5 on our list is Jazzpunk. This is another quirky indie title from 2016. Jazzpunk sees you playing as a spy, completing all sorts of random missions and objectives in this semi-open world maps. The game is told from a first-person perspective and has some really funny dialogue, so it won't be much of a chore to complete. Jazzpunk only has 25 trophies, and most if not all of them are missable. Thankfully, there isn't anything too difficult here, and by using a guide you can easily finish this game in less than 2 hours. This also has a stacking trophy list, so if you decide to purchase Jazzpunk from another region, you can get a second platinum. Coming in at number 4 on the list is Duke Nukem 3D Anniversary Edition. I know it may seem like an odd choice to put this on the list, but having such a short completion time, due to you being able to use in-game cheats such as infinite health and weapons, as well as being able to walk through walls, makes this game a breeze. If you're familiar with this title, I would say that you can easily platinum this game in under an hour, but for someone who's not played Duke Nukem 3D before, it's more likely going to take you around 2 hours to complete. With only 28 trophies, there are some for completing particular levels in the game, as well as others that are a little bit more unique for completing specific objectives in a certain location or level. The most time-consuming trophy in the game will be for killing 1,000 enemies, but thankfully with cheats and using game save states effectively, this can be done very quickly and painlessly. Coming into the top 3 now, and number 3 on our list is Her Majesty is Spiffing. This very short adventure game launched only a few weeks before Christmas and made it just in time to make the 2016 list. Her Majesty is Spiffing is a take on adventure games of old. With only 26 trophies to collect, you'll be able to complete this game in less than an hour with a guide. It's also a really enjoyable title, which makes getting the platinum that much more enjoyable. It's important to note that the majority of the trophies are missable in this game, however because it's so short it really doesn't matter, and replaying the game a second time won't take you too long, especially when you're more familiar with the levels and the layout of the game. Now on to our top 2. The next 2 titles can be changed out depending on who you are, but I've decided that second place goes to Noobler. Noobler is a hard game to describe. You wander around a 2D environment collecting things and moving from area to area. The game has around 20 trophies, a lot of which are missable. However, because the game can be completed in less than an hour, missing a trophy isn't really an issue. I would suggest, however, using a guide to make sure you get all the collectibles in one run, saving subsequent playthroughs. Noobler also has 3 stacking trophy lists, 2 under the name Noobler and 1 under the name World of Noobler. The only difference in the latter being that it includes a demo for Noobler Part 2, which is an upcoming game the developers are planning on releasing, hopefully with an easy trophy list as well. And number 1 on our list, if you haven't already guessed it, is My Name is Mayo. With a full 51 trophies on the list, this strange game came out of nowhere and took the trophy world by storm. The only objective of the game is to press the X button to tap a jar of mayo, and occasionally switching the mayo's outfits and then tapping some more. The only time-consuming part of this game is tapping the jar 10,000 times, but by the time you've finished all the other trophies, you'll be getting pretty close to this anyway. Despite this one trophy, you should be able to get the platinum in less than an hour. The game also has cross-buy, so if you're in North America and you have a Vita, you can get a second platinum for free. And to all those European listeners, we shouldn't be too far behind with rumours that the game is looking at launching throughout Europe in early 2017. And there you have it, 10, well actually 11 easy trophies that you can go out and add to your list, most of which can be done in only a few hours. In fact, you could probably finish this whole list over a weekend. Thanks for watching, guys. What trophies did you think were the easiest in 2016? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you check out some of my other great videos and trophy hunting content. See you next time.